Hello, my people of purpose. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to my YouTube channel. We are some people that are walking on purpose. And for those who are just now getting to know me, I say welcome to you. My name is Michelle Harris, and I provide awareness of the importance of emotional wellness, and I provide practical strategies that you can utilize based upon kingdom principles to be able to walk in your kingdom purpose life. So, welcome on today. And today, I just wanted to talk about being coming from broken to being healed and to begin to trust God's process, because many a times when we are going through a process wherein you have been at a place where your heart has been broken, you're trying to rebuild, you have had some situations that has really tried to break you down, there are so many emotions that can come at one time. I can just say, even just from experience, one minute you're happy, one minute you're thanking God and you're trusting the process. Next minute you can be crying. Next minute you can have resentment. Next minute you can have some guilt about how you should have moved on forward, or how you have given so much to someone and things did not go. You begin to question yourself. You begin sometimes to even question, like, God, why did you allow for this thing to happen to me? There are so many things, emotions that can come into and try to impact your life, about where you've been, where you're going, what's next for me, how will I be able to make it through. And I can know, even just from experience, there has been moments in time where I had literally felt like, okay, how what's going to be this next step? How I'm going to be able to move on forward? And like, how does God really love me? I've gone through this. God, and I know there has been some situations wherein I have walked into some things that I know that I should have done different. But God, there are times where I really tried to be good to people, or situations where I tried to be good, and it seems as though what I've done was just in vain. And you begin to start thinking, like, I'm at this broken place. How can I even start rebuilding? Or you're at that place and you feel like things are at a standstill, or just like time is just passing by. You're at an extreme of, I know I'm going to be able to do good, and then the next day you feel like, okay, I'm not going to be able to make it. Some days you feel like, feel with God, and then other days you feel like, okay, can I even just say, now lay me down to sleep? Just me being able to wake up in the morning, or be able to even just do things throughout the normal activity of the day has been a struggle for some people. So, going from this place, many times where I see people, they fight against the process, or they will be at a place wherein they'll say, well, I trust God, blah, 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 blah. Yes, trust God. But what is it that you're doing in the process that you are allowing God to be able to do that healing in you? What is it that you are intentionally doing, that you are doing daily? Because after prayer, what is it that you're doing after worship? What is it that you're doing to actively reclaim your life and your healing? And I wanted to lift up this scripture, and it states here in Isaiah 43 and 2. It says, when you go through the deep waters, I will be with you. When you go through the rivers of difficulty, you will not drown. When you walk through the fire of oppression, you will not be burned up. The flames will not consume you. So I just want to encourage you today that many people feel like, when they are in those situations, when I talk about what is it that you're actively doing, many times people feel like they are drowning. They feel like they are alone. They feel like, even though they may have people that may be checking on them and trying to see how they're doing, but they may feel like, I still feel like people don't understand. You know, I know sometimes, we know people may who have experienced certain things, but every person is unique in their process. And so what we have to be reminded is that I don't care if you're at a place wherein you feel like you're drowning, you feel like things are overtaking you, but just be reminded in the word that when you go through these waters, you are not alone. Number one, we know that God is with us. But like I said, what is it that you are intentionally doing? Because I know that God is with you, and we can say that God is with me. But what is it? Are you holding your hand up to allow for him to carry you and to pull you through? Or are you pushing him away? Are those moments wherein you're called into prayer, or those moments wherein he's prompting you to go do something, to be able to get your healing or to do something to take care of yourself, but you're not wanting to do it because it's a constant battle that you have to go within yourself. And Romans 12:2 reminds us to be ye transformed by the renewing of our minds. So we have to constantly be in this battlefield of fighting for our lives. This is what we're going to have to go through. But what is it that you are intentionally doing, and knowing that even though these are moments that I feel like these are deep waters, I feel like things are coming up over me, I'm feeling overwhelmed, I'm feeling like no one understands, but I have to realize, number one, that God is with me, even though I do feel alone, and realize that even though it may be difficult now, I'm going to continually try to push up against the current. You think about whenever a person is going out and they're surfing, or they're out on the beach, and you see this big old current that's just rising up, and it seems like it's just taking them over. And many a times that's how life can hit us. It's just big current of situations that are coming up against us, and we feel like that it has overtaken us. But hold on to your anchor and realize that you may feel like you at that fire of oppression, but you will not be burned up. You have a protection that is around you, and that it will not consume you. You are not meant to be consumed. You may be at a place that you may be broken, but do not fight against the current. Do not fight against this thing that God is doing, trying to do this thing in you. Embrace God's process and the timing in your life. And people feel many times that when they are at this place, they are stuck, and that things are not going to get any better. Sometimes you can't see past, tomorrow. Sometimes you can't even see past the next hour. You're trying to just think about, I'm just trying to get through day by day, and this is just how life is. And I just want to encourage you to not allow for the process that you're going through, whenever you're walking through that fire, whenever you feel like you're going through deep waters, to just keep on going through. It will not overtake you. You have to embrace the process to heal. You think about whenever gold is being purified, and it's coming out to the purification level, the temperature has to be turned up to a certain level for those impurities to be able to fall off. And many times we try to hold on to the things of the past. We try to hold on to people. We try to hold on to old mindsets. We try to hold on to yesterday. We're like the people, in Egypt who are in the wilderness, but we're holding on to the things that when we were in Egypt, when God is trying to get us to the promised land. So now we're having to go around the situations a little longer because we're not trusting God. We are trusting our own strength. We're not trusting, within and what we can be able to do within ourselves. We're sitting here saying, okay, this is what it is. This is what life is. I'm complaining. God, you said you was going to give manna. It seemed like it was better back then. Life was better back then. So we're crying over things and situations where God is trying to take us to another level. Are you ready to go to that next level? Are you really truly ready to embrace that new thing, that brokenness that you may feel now? Are you ready to go through that process so you can have that heal, so you can have that next season, so you can let go of that situation, so you can begin to start pulling out some of those things that cause you to go into prayer, pull out some of those things that were impacting you from your childhood, but now they are triggers in your adulthood. So you are allowing yourself now to truly go through a healing, so that next relationship you can be better, so that next thing, that next season in your life, you can be able to walk in it healed and not not broken, that you're not looking to men, you're not looking to money, you're not looking to the nice clothes, you're not looking into the next house or the nice car for fulfillment, but you're able to be fulfilled in God. But it has to go through that process of the deep water. It has to go through that process of allowing the burning to be able to take place. So you have to embrace the process, embracing the process. It does not feel good. Many moments you're going to have tears. Many moments I can tell you I have had tears. Many moments there have been times I had to cry out to God. Many moments I felt like, God, what in the world is going on? But I had to embrace the process to be able to get to that next place. No longer could I send a text for comfort for someone else or another man or someone to give a compliment, or going online and buying the next outfit and you still not feeling fulfilled, or going to a place where and you're turning to alcohol or whatever it is you're turning to be able to get that fulfillment, or lashing out in anger, but it's nothing but a continual cycle. And it's nothing but continual defeat. So what is it that you're going to do? Embrace the process. Embrace the transformation. Embrace the new thing that God is doing within you. Yes, you may feel broken now. Yes, it has hurt. But what is it that you are intentionally doing? God had the promised land for the people. He had the promised land prepared and ready. They just had a few days to be able to walk through. It took years. And many people are stuck in a cycle of years because we start out, we get healed, we broken, we get healed. And we thinking that we're healed, but we do this falsified healing. We name it and claim it, we shout, and we do a good scripture, we feel good for that moment, or we do things to try to feel up by that moment in time. We go get a new pair of shoes, have that sexual escapade, turn to that alcohol, turn to different situations, try to get that next job, that next career, moving up in our career, and we're still unfulfilled. Until you get it fulfilled in here and allow for this brokenness to be healed right here in your heart, it's going to stay in that place. So I just encourage you today, if you are at that place, embrace the process. Embrace whatever it is that God is doing in this season in your life. It may not feel good, but know that in your brokenness, God does not waste time. The thing about him, and that's a whole nother situation, God is not about wasting your time. Nothing that he does or nothing that has happened in your life, he's not using it for a purpose and a plan. We are reminded in Romans 8:35 that all things are kind of working together for you. For you, it's working. We may not see it. We may not sense it. Like when we take air now, I'm taking the air now. I don't see me taking in the air, but I know it's working because I had passed out on this live. So it's working. It's working. So stay encouraged. You may not see it, but know that he does not waste your time. Embrace the process. Embrace whatever this path that he has you on, and allow for him to do the work, and remind yourself that you may be in these waters now, but knowing that he is with you, knowing that those people that you have in your tribe are with you. And even if you feel like you by yourself, knowing that God is with you, and you may feel like it's a fire, you're not being burned up. He's just doing a purification process for you. He's taking off that depression. He's taking off that anxiety. He's taking off that low self-esteem. He's taking off those toxic people. He's taking off those things that were trying to hold you bound. He's taking off those negative mindsets that your mama told you, that your daddy told you, that people have told you. He's taken off that negative man that has spoken into your life. He's taken away that negative relationship. He's taken away that negative friendship. He's not allowing things to be able to be a barrier for you anymore in your mind. So allow for the process to happen and embrace it. Broken to healed. Broken to heal is what you have to tell yourself. I'm taking this step day by day, and I know it's a continual process, but I know that I will get there eventually. So have an amazing day. Check out my website, www.drmichelle.faith, and I look forward to connecting with you. We'll be having some things coming out soon with some events that I will be doing soon. So I just can't wait to connect with you, continuing to walk on purpose, to continue to walk through your destiny. I don't care if you're crawling, I don't care if you got to scoot, whatever you got to do, continue to walk on purpose because you are a person of purpose. We are people of purpose, and we're going to walk in this kingdom thing. We're going to walk it out. All right. Have a great and amazing day, and we'll connect soon. Bye now.